All right, so go back to the league race this time with FTRL for round number 7, I think, of Division
Show me
1
more than
at Hungary.
Q1,
And it's full
please.
qualifying for Hungary too, so a bit of a twist this time around. So there was a DNF very early in Hungary, so
Shows me.
it just allowed us to
Shows you
just
15
chill around
minutes.
and do whatever, basically, and just
20
put a
minutes.
very slow lap
It
in
looks dry.
because,
I'm gonna sit here
yeah,
until it
like it's
watches
only
this
50,
because I'm
top
not
15 are
doing
through to
anything else.
Q2, so it's not a big deal.
30
So that's what I
minutes.
did. I got it
Right.
wrong the first time, but I wanted to use as little, as few
45.
tyres as
Right.
possible to try and get through to
I
Q2
think it
and
might
try
rain.
and get to Q3. That
Oh,
was the
God.
idea. The idea was to
Oh,
try and
oh
get
God.
to Q3 and start into
It'd
the
be
top 10
funny
on
if I loaded
softs.
my Belgium stuff.
That was the idea.
Kelvin.
And the Q1, I mean, like I set a very competitive
Lennon.
22.4 and sway the bastard to the 22.1.
The second half.
For sake. So, yeah. It doesn't matter. Like the time's irrelevant. Like once Pagani retired, like that was it. So I knew that, and he retired very early in the session too. So not a big deal. We could easily just go through to the next qualifying session into Q2. However, I had done a 13 as a PB, but it just didn't really work out in qualifying. I did a 14.3 here. It isn't bad for my standards, but sadly, it was a nervous wait to get back to the pits. And when I got back, and boom, I'm out of the top 10. I was eliminated from Q2. It was not my intention to be eliminated from Q2. I tried to get to Q3, but I didn't get it right. A few tenths there. It was very close between the top 10 and where I was. Only a few tenths separating.
I'm guessing just everybody's gone soft.
Just didn't have the pace to get through to Q3. So that was a shame. I did want to get to Q3. I was going to do softs. I think most people try to do. Some people try to do mediums. I think no one succeeded. Like it was all softs in the end. So I thought maybe there might be a bit more indecision. I thought someone may have tried to do mediums and settled for outside top 10, like Dutch here, for example. Settled wanted to get mediums on, I suppose, or
going to be on medium,
whatever the case was. But yeah, I'm out of Q2 then. So moving on to the race. I mean, it doesn't really matter who's on pole. Not really. It doesn't matter if I'm not up there. So put a bit of fuel in the car. This place actually eats a fair bit of fuel, so I did want to try and be careful about that. But however,
you're gonna have 8 laps.
Strategy now, we can do mediums or hard, so not too bad of a choice to have. Here we go then. 5 red lights. There's some quick people behind me, such as Matt, such as Scuba, who joined late on. But we are away, and I thought it was a good getaway, to be fair. Posh needs to sort out his starts, man. These starts have not been great. Dutch Tricks is on hards there, Matt's on hards as well. Bear second phase for Posh there, so I'm going to try and file in. You can see Matt going leap around the outside there. Joe is round.
Oh, for God's sake.
So I believe Sway, then I did a wing damage there. I believe that was Sway's wing came flying off, so I had to negotiate that in lap 1. So it's up to 12. I've got Scuba and Matt behind, so people who are much quicker than I am on a track that's difficult to pass. There goes Sway. He wanted to let everyone go, I suppose. So unfortunate for him, but it's a long race. But that's really it for this first lap. I thought I could guess City Posh, but just the initial start was there, but the second phase, I just maybe didn't use enough ERS or something. But understeering a bit slightly. But we go to the end of lap 1, coming around the final corner. I'm not going to fight this, I'm not going to fight Scuba for this. There's no point. So just stay to the left-hand side, save my resources, and let him kick on with his race. That's not my fight. That's just not my fight. I was thinking about this a bit more. I thought I might fight Matt a bit more because he's on hards, and if he's quicker than me, he can overtake me, but he's on a different strategy, and, I don't want to be waving at people by, Like, I don't agree with that in league racing, it's all for not, pick and choosing your battles, but at this stage, I thought, well, there's no point fighting this either. Well, I tried, but away he goes. Again, if he was on mediums, I wouldn't really bother, but he was on hards. I thought, I don't need to give up this track position so needlessly. So, anyways, he goes through. I don't believe in this concept of letting your friends by for nothing. I'm not going to fight, but I'm not going to go and pull over to one side either, if there's no need to, if I can avoid it, There goes Zumpy. He retires from this race. That's a position there. And the safety car is deployed. Now, this is a godsend if you're on softs. If you're on mediums, it's a bit more tricky. I am going to be honest. I misplayed this. I should have come in because hards would go to the end.
Yeah.
There's a few reasons why I didn't. My stint was a long way from finished. So I thought, get to lap 16, 17.
Yeah, you might as
You
well.
know, I thought that'd be worth staying at. I also thought there'd be more performance peak between my mediums as they currently were and people putting on the hards. I thought I might be able to pull a bit more of a gap. This did
I
not
lost
end
the
up
rear
being the
at turn
case.
1 and I
So,
spun into
look,
Lennon.
I never knew. Look, another safety car comes out later, and all of a sudden I'm in a
So
good spot.
stupid.
So, it could have gone either way. As
And
it
then
happened,
Dutch was
it
on my
didn't
inside
work
at
out.
turn
Guys in the
3,
hard stayed out. I think I was the only one on the
unfortunately
mediums that stayed out. So, difficult choice. Bad timing for safety car and mediums, to be honest. Bad timing. So, anyways, here we go. We're in third. I actually thought I got this restart okay, but Tico's just got so much more grip. So I didn't want to let him go this early, but there he goes. There's nothing I could do about it. So we're going to try. Yeah.
That
like
was awful.
This is the thing. I was hoping there'd be more performance than there was in the tires at this stage. I'm decent around this track. I like this track. I didn't think I was that slow, but apparently I was. So yeah, it was just one thing after another. So Wesker's next behind. Not sure when he overtakes. I don't know why I left so much of this in. So, yeah, coming out lap 8, then lap 9, there goes 1. I thought there was more performance to be had from these mediums, but not to be. So there goes Wesker. I'm going to try and fight this back, but he's going to get the switchback of Dreams there. A bit of oversteer to not help matters at all, and Chris then could put him into the firing line as well. I'm going to try again. I want to try and fight this as much as I can, but already dropping down to 6th place, it's not ideal. I didn't need to be doing this, especially when I had to make another stop. So very quickly in this stint, it kind of, unfolded that, geez, I think I've messed up here. So yeah, sadly, just it didn't work out. I thought there'd be more performance there. Here comes Aaron. He's got a penalty, but again, goes a bit deep. We're on the outside there. I'm going to try again. I'm going to try to hold on. I have to be fighting these. I do have to try and fight these somewhat. But yeah, almost understeered into him there. Tires at this stage, they're probably favouring the hards. Cheeky look up there, but yeah, nothing doing, sadly. So yeah, I just sank like a stone. I just absolutely sank in this one there. It was just a misplay. That's just how it goes. Usually I get those right, but this time I did not, I'm afraid. So again, Scuba, he's going to come through. Again, stuck in the middle of the track, he is much quicker, but I am trying to conserve somewhat. So that's tough, man. Down to 8th already. It's only been a few laps. I'll be pitching in a few laps, and I'm going to be at the back. So it just didn't. I just didn't play it right this time around. But we're going to see what's possible regardless. Lap 17 we're in. It is much darker, but there's no rain coming. Hards going on. You see I'm going to merge into P14. So there are some people to make some stops ahead, but realistically speaking, it's we're lucky to get inside the top 10 really. I was actually really happy with how I drove in this race. I'm not going to I thought the pace was consistent. I thought, I drove correctly. I just didn't pick the correct strategy. Lap 21, 6 seconds behind Lennon there. Pagani 3 seconds behind, and this race was very, very processional from this point on. There was nothing much going on at all. Heading on to lap number 31. Again, we're still here, but we have caught up to Lennon, and Pagani was closing, to be fair, but he had penalties. I wasn't too worried about that. So we overtake Lennon in the pits, who goes to the fastest lap, I suppose, and we're just 6,000 slower than, so tires are still performing. I felt the performance was good. The other reason I wanted to try and do something different, AP picked up some damage here, so that's why he's slower. The other reason I wanted to try and pit was I was hoping for a tyre advantage come the end of the race. And I was definitely catching that group over down there. You see the Renault of Joe, there's the 2 McLarens, and there's Sway as well. So I was definitely catching those guys. I just didn't have enough. Yeah, it just wasn't enough is all. But I definitely was catching them. Last lap though, this is the last lap now. We're going to move you on forward. It's going to be P11. Tough one. I drove my heart out for this one. I really did. It just didn't result in anything. But guy there, so he got behind me within DRS. But even if you wanted to overtake, it's not a big deal. But there he goes. Yeah, P11. Disappointing in the end there, but my fault. I misplayed the strategy. I did want to concede that that it wasn't the way to go, but there you go. That's it. 11th place is the my showing there, and I was happy with my lap times. They were solid enough. Can't complain with that. Low 18s for much of that second stint. So, oh well. that's how the cookie crumbles. I believe that is the last race though before the that was the last race I believe for FTRL before the Christmas break. So very nice. It's not been the most ideal first half of the season, but the tracks haven't played to my strengths sadly. So, and I haven't had. There's some races that just haven't gone right. So here's the standings heading into the break. I'm in 10th place there, just 2 points behind Joe. Renault are 5th in the constructors. Not bad outing there. We're doing decently enough. At least the disparity between us two isn't too big. So it is quite tight. There's Tom and Wesker not too far away as well, so it's not too bad. But anyways, that's going to do it. I am still being 6-0'd by Joe, so that's not great. Only AP has out, only person that hasn't out-qualified a teammate is Lennon as well, so that's not great for me. So anyways, hopefully we can rectify that in the second half of the season. Thanks very much for watching. Happy holidays, and until next time.